About the crispy DM methodology, on the first step we have business understanding, and here we set the goals and priorities of the project. On the second step we have data understanding, where we basically are gathering and checking data for quality issues. Next we have data preparation, where we are selecting and cleaning the data. Afterwards we have modeling, where we are selecting the logic and the algorithms to apply to the dataset. Then we have the evaluation, where we validate if the model meets business goals. And finally deployment, where we create a deployment strategy, a monitoring and maintenance plan, and a final report or presentation. It's also good to mention that it's good to document and review the project. Well, before forecasting a time series, we have to analyze the trends of the time series, and we can have different components of, for example, it could be stationary, where mean and variance stay the same over the time. We can have autocorrelation, when the data points are always equal at a given time interval. And finally we have a seasonality, where fluctuations occur at periodic time intervals, for example with sales of ice cream. And then when we are forecasting the time series, we can have two methods. One is the simple moving average, and the other one is the weighted moving average. And in the simple moving average, we calculate taking into account the average value of a numerical time series. And in the weighted moving average, it's exactly the same, but we give most recent values more weight than the past values. The main principles of data ethics are data privacy, data transparency, accountability, and equality. Related to data privacy, individuals should be in control of their personal data, and the companies should always be looking for the consent when gathering and showing information. About transparency, it's all about how companies handle and process data, both internally and externally. Relating to accountability, it's how organizations are responsible of the data that they collect and share. And in terms of equality, it's about how organizations should be serious to not discriminate individuals or groups when handling and processing data. In general, organizations should be respecting the rules and laws of data privacy, and always have in mind the principles of data ethics. This type of bias is occurring when humans or machines are committing errors when measuring the different models. So one of the proposals could be could be split in 4 steps, ensuring that are multiple devices measuring, designing and communicating testing procedures clearly and openly, and make sure that all the validators have the same level of experience and training, and be continuously reviewing and updating the scoring evaluation processes. Regression and classification are two very different models. Regression is based on the relationship between the quantitative variables, for example, the amount of rain and the production of soybeans. I will use it for this, for example. And in the case of classification, we try to find out which category an entity will fall into based on a set of predefined features. For example, which customers are going to be willing to take a loan, for example,